Yo, boxing aficionados. What's up? What's going on? Hey, yo, check this out. Well, the businessman didn't handle his business. Keyshawn Davis, who I was very high on, and still am, I still am very high on him. He really shit the bed. He really made an ass out of himself. Totally unprofessional. Very unexpected coming from the Bomac gym under the watchful eyes and guidance of Terrence Bud Crawford, who you can say anything about, but you can't say the man's unprofessional or ever has been. Bud Crawford is a guy that, even though he had a problem with Top Rank and wanted out of his contract, he made sure to fulfill his contract to the last day, to the letter, before walking away. And that's to be commended, as opposed to someone like Teofimo Lopez and the shenanigans he pulls because he's unhappy with his contract. But that's neither here nor there. The subject of this video is Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis, man, this is where boxing shoots itself in the foot. For me, the casual boxing fan. Boxing shoots itself in the foot. It's not the controversial decisions. A lot of people go off on that, one judge, scorecard, whatever. It's not so much the fights that can't be made or aren't made or, get delayed in being made. But it's this type of stuff. This type of stuff, man, where you have Keyshawn Davis in a homecoming fight. You have his crowd, his people, his show, all buying tickets to come see him. And he pulls this kind of nonsense. That's boxing's killers. That's something that disrespects not only the sport, but the fans. It disrespects the fans, man. And I know that some people are trying to turn this into, Edwin De Los Santos should have, saved the show. I'm like, what? How does that make sense? On what planet does that make sense? That he would have to, that someone would put the onus on him to save the show, man. The man, Edwin De Los Santos, behaved professionally. He showed up, got out of a hospital bed, first fight back, and he's fighting that monster, Keyshawn Davis. First fight back. Which, honestly, I was disappointed in the fight in the first place, in the respect that Edwin De Los Santos did not have any tune-up, and he's taking on Keyshawn Davis. What credit can I give Keyshawn Davis for beating that version of Edwin De Los Santos? It certainly wasn't the version that faced Shakur Stevenson. And that's what I was interested in. Because I'm very invested, or I was very invested in, in Keyshawn Davis putting on a show against De Los Santos instead of running away like Shakur Stevenson did. I wanted Shakur Stevenson to be embarrassed. But say what you want to say, Shakur made the weight and got into the ring with De Los Santos. So kudos to him. Keyshawn Davis, on the other hand, I don't know what kind of cute shit he was trying to pull off, or how he thought that was going to somehow aggrandize his star. I don't know how he thought his star was gonna rise, pulling this kind of crap off. I have no idea. The man is oblivious to to what makes a superstar, man. If he would have made weight, faced De Los Santos, at least you could say that he faced De Los Santos. I wouldn't have given as much credit as if De Los Santos had a couple of wins or one win at least and faced him. But, you know, he would have faced De Los Santos. But as it stands, his start plummeted. And then what was that all about? It was embarrassing that kid, Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason, so far, he's a class act. A class act, man. He is the epitome of classiness, man. Love the way he handled that. He did look a little shook when Keyshawn offered him the fight, but now we know that you can't even give Keyshawn credit for that. He knew that and now he looks like a clown. You know? Clout chasing. Or perhaps it's another way of looking at it, because sometimes, you know, you have to see different viewpoints and different possibilities and all possibilities. And you can say that, you know, perhaps Keyshawn was making Abdullah Mason, building up Abdullah Mason. Maybe that was a good thing he did. You know, because he knew he wasn't going to make the weight, and now he's leaving the belt to Abdullah Mason. And Abdullah Mason's name, you know, for better or for worse, was trending over that situation. And, you know, one of the things that you could say that's, you know, especially in Hollywood, they always said that what is that? There's no, what is it? Oh man, I forgot how it says. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Right? No such thing as but bad publicity. And so you could put it under that and say that that he raised awareness of the Abdullah Mason name. But nevertheless, he still looks like a clown, man. So, what are the positives? Because you can't get stuck in the negative all the time, right? That's only bitching and moaning and complaining. The positives are that now there's a Teofimo Lopez fight. And what's Teofimo going to do? Because Keyshawn had an interesting story. The story was, or is, that he was on the phone with Teofimo Lopez in front of Turki Al-Sheikh, and the Sheikh offered him that fight against Keyshawn Davis. So now that Teofimo Lopez has walked away from a Devin Haney fight, which I didn't really care about. I don't feel like Devin Haney deserved that fight. You know, what I don't care about is the fact that there was no belt on the line, number one. Number two, I feel that Teofimo Lopez's path to greatness is very simple, and I think that kid is complicating things for himself. His path to greatness is to become undisputed at 140. Clean out that division. It's a lot of good names. Now Keyshawn's there. Get Alberto Puello. Get Gary Anquan Russell. Right? Make that happen. Get Richardson Hitchens. Become undisputed. You already beat Josh Taylor, right? You already got the Ring magazine belt, right? So become undisputed at 140. And one interesting fight is Keyshawn Davis against Teofimo Lopez. It's a hell of a fight. Both under the same umbrella, whether it's Top Rank or Turkey Alashi. Keyshawn is what is he's a Ring Magazine representative or whatever, or statesman or ambassador or whatever they're calling it, some bullshit. Make that happen. That's a great fight. What's Teofimo gonna do? So that's the silver lining in the cloud. That's the silver lining in that situation, and it needs to happen, because if it doesn't happen, it's just that would be another black eye for boxing, But I just feel bad for the crowd. I don't feel bad for De Los Santos. De Los Santos came off smelling like a roses, man. He walked away 400. He killed himself to make that weight. He was gaunt. He was beat up, And now possibly he got $400,000 for making weight. And now possibly it'll be Abdullah Mason against Edwin De Los Santos for the vacant WBO strap. And then Abdullah Mason will get an opportunity to make Shakur Stevenson look stupid. Because that's what I want. I want somebody to make Shakur look stupid. You understand? And, that's about it. But Keyshawn Davis, man, the businessman, man, major disappointment. Major disappointment. But like I said, I'm not going to beat him up too much, because he can rectify this quickly and efficiently. Go right after Teofimo Lopez. Put the pressure on that guy. And Teofimo Lopez, I like Teofimo Lopez a lot. But it's like Ricky and Lucy, Hey, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Teofimo Lopez got some splaining to do. And some rectifying to do himself. This is a fight he can't walk away from. He's called out the Bomac Gym. He's dissed a lot of black fighters. He's on some racist Ku Klux Klan shit from Honduras. Honduran Ku Klux Klan member. Who the hell knew Teofimo Lopez was on some shit like that? Yeah, man. Now he's got to pay the piper, man. Show up. You wanted Crawford? Beat up his son. Beat up Keyshawn Davis. Beat him up. See what you're going to do against him. And then call out Crawford after that. I know that fight ain't going to happen. Crawford's going to be at 168, but it would be an interesting scenario, wouldn't it not? Would you not be entertained? Would you not be entertained? Peace, I'm out.